Okay, so for today's stream, we're going to look at Bitcoin, ES, and actually the DXY. And then at the very end, I'll take any questions if anybody has any questions or has any assets that you want me to take a look at, and I'll definitely be happy to take a gander at it. But with further ado, let's take a look at the counts that we've been following here. And as you may have noticed here, we've been talking about this for a very long time, this flat count. And I think it's finally invalidated. I know last week or a few weeks ago we said it's still kind of in play because of this structure, but truthfully, once you get down to the lower time frames, you just can't get like a any kind of diagonal here, and you can't get any kind of impulsive, like a true impulsive fifth wave here ending cleanly after a fourth wave. So I think this count is truly invalidated at this time. I'm going to go ahead and actually just delete it. And now what we've been left with is these two counts that we have been following. I'm going to take a look at the bearish option, which is our large A into a B into a C of a larger ABC. There's still two options I see here on the medium time frame right here. What I can see is either it's completed as a WXY right here, and we move this B wave over here. And now we're building out an impulse up, such as this, where we're gonna come down. Either it's gonna be a impulse for a flat, or we come down more as a three-wave move for WXY. Regardless, I still think we're going to come down, take this low, come down here, and then we'll start building up a wave 3 into wave 4 into wave 5. To complete this structure, this large three-wave ABC right here. That's if we've completed this pivot. If we haven't completed the move yet, meaning we're going to violate this low and take out the low before we take these highs, there is another option here where we are building a flat, a large complex flat. This is an A wave. We have a B wave, and then we'll have a C wave. We do have a clear three-wave move right here we can get. It is a little bit of an extended C wave, but it has nice structure here for a diagonal. And then as of right here, it's the same thing. So this could be a 1 or this could be a 2. In this count, we're seeing this as an A or B. So we do have some directional confluence because this could be an A, B, C, which is what we're looking for, or it could still just be a W, X, Y. If this doesn't end as an impulse and it ends more as a corrective three-wave like that. Regardless, we do have directional confluence right here in the short term of this medium time frame right here that we're taking a look at. It's a matter of if we're going to take off or if we're just going to complete the three-wave move right here that we're looking for this flat, and then come down like this in a five-wave move to take these lows. So this is basically the two options I see here for our A, B, C. It's almost the exact same thing here for our impulsive move up. So if we're thinking impulsively, which is the other count, the bullish count, is either a 1 into a 2, and same thing, it could be completed right here as a WXY, and we're actually moving up for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, very large impulse, because we're about to be in a large 1, 2, 1, 2, and we're about to potentially complete a or start an intermediate wave three, and we're about to start a potential minor wave three. So definitely expecting some explosive price action here if this truly is a 1-2-1-2, if it's building out. If it's not a 1-2-1-2 right here, we can also adopt the other count here that we've been looking at, which is a flat. We just do the exact same thing. Move this 2 over here and wait for it to build a base for this large flat pattern. So even on the short time frame, we have directional confluence, and even in the long term time frame, we have directional confluence because this could be a 1 or an A, and this could be a 2 or a B. And same thing, you can move this over here, move these pivots over here. So this still could be a 1 or an A, and the 2 and the B could still be over here as well. And we're moving up for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got a lot of directional confluence finally building up. When we were in pretty much this phase right here, there was just so many different permutations and combinations to look at. But now that it's finally been narrowed down, there's a lot more wave degree confluence coming up because it's kind of falling more into fractal nature for us to build off of. So A or 1 or 2 or B. I'm going to go ahead and just jump down to the lower time frame. I personally think it's still a large flat. I've been still following this idea. I'm happy to be wrong, but I'm just still cautiously bearish with everything else still going on. Even though there's been a lot of great news for crypto, don't get me wrong, I'm just still cautiously bearish still in the short term and the long term. So I'm still going to follow this flat idea here. What I would want to see is us still taking these lows like I was talking about. And it looks like we may have just narrowly hit or almost missed this 3-4-1-4-3-8-2 pocket. I don't really like that. So at this time, I'm just going to wait for it to break this low and then break this low, and then we'll even see if it takes this low or not as well. But we still have a nice impulse here growing. I just really didn't want this to extend more in time because this is very short in time. It kind of makes the structure not as symmetrical. The geometry isn't there. So the only other thing it can be is a potential diagonal forming right here, but it's a very shallow looking diagonal at the highs. That could be potential. This could be finished. You can dig out a really quick 3, 4, 5 right there. I don't like doing that because I like seeing the structure more in the hour, see it completed. But this may have been completed somehow, and this could be the A leg right here. We could be coming up for an A into a B, however deep it goes, if it is expanded, or if it's just a zigzag and pivots up here for a C, or expands and then pivots up for a C. So A, B, and then C. And this is how we get our Y wave that we were looking for. So instead of it being an ABC, this is how we would get our three wave move down to A, B, C for a Y wave. So for right now, I would wait for the structure to see if it completes this diagonal looking structure. And if it does, you might just want to wait. You might just want to wait and see if it fails to take this low and then pops up. And if it gets into this zone, that's where you should be more interested into a short because we are coming into some nice high time frame areas right here. But like I said, it would have the structure for what we were looking for because it would have A, B, C, a three-way move back, a corrective pullback. But if it doesn't fulfill this diagonal pattern right here, and it actually just, as these trend lines are indicating, just comes down, we could finally look for this impulse move down to see it completed for a 1, or still an A wave for the ABC for the Y. So I would personally wait for it to take these lows here first, or hit this area if it fails to take the lows. That's what I would be waiting for. Then once again, like I said, this could be a 1 or an A right here, and a 2 or a B in the short-term time frame right here. What I would really wanted to see is that flat with the WXY. It probably would most likely be a shallow WXY because they're more shallow, but the flats give it more strength to push down. So it would come right into this daily fair value gap, which is what I'm really looking for. Let me just pull a quick fib on this real quick too. Yeah, see with the WXY, usually the WXYs will pretty much hit this zone, which is what I could see. See if it was an A, B, C, that would have nice structure right there, nice time, and it's not too extended. That would probably make sense if it does hit this zone and fails to come down to these areas. It might even just satisfy the 382 as well. Just narrowly. But if it does push down like this, then it gives it the strength to come down for at least the 1618 or even the 2 right in between this zone right here, which is pretty much what we're looking for. But once it gets to this area and digs into it, I would I would wait for the next setup here and then move up. So this is what I really want to see. But if it does come right here, you might be cautious and might want to take profit and wait for a setup to see if it breaks structure or if it fails to break structure and has a failure swing and moves up off of this pivot if it is a WXY. So more interested if it breaks the lows first. If not, we would wait for it to come to this. And then once it does hit this, we would expect it to come down. Once it gets here, you get cautious. And then once it gets here, just wait for the next setup for moving up. So lots of wave degree confluence on long-term time frame, short-term time frame, medium-term time frame. Lots of wave degree confluence. With the ES, let me take a look at it here.